Hey, welcome back everyone. My name is Sushant Sutish and I'm your instructor for this MS-700 Teams Administrator Associate Examination course. In this lesson, we're going to learn about Teams rollout path. When deploying Microsoft Teams, you should create a rollout path that describes the high-level steps required to deploy Teams as a collaboration and communication hub for your company. Rollout paths typically provide a macro view of steps required for deployment rather than a detailed micro view. Microsoft recommends paths for rolling out Teams including these following steps. So this is the starting point for any Teams deployment, beginning with familiarization with stakeholders with their new collaboration and communication client. Second step is chat, Teams, channels, and apps. This will help drive user adoption for Teams. You should look for a quick win in the deployment process. Third process is meeting and conferencing. Although voice communication and conferencing is used by basically every employee in a company, most legacy solutions cannot be integrated into Teams. Therefore, implementing meeting and conferencing in Teams deployment is typically performed in the later process of rollout. Finally, voice. The last step in a rollout is a full voice integration of PSTN calling into Teams. So before you begin your rollout, you should ensure that all prerequisites are met, such as environmental and network readiness. Only then you should start your deployment. You should perform the following step to roll out your initial set of teams and channels, so the early adopters can begin chatting, sharing files, and collaborating. The step 1 is to create your first Teams channel, then onboard early adopters. You could monitor usage and feedback, and finally get resources to plan an organization-wide rollout. In the recommended path, you should plan and roll out different team features to additional pilot users. You start by rolling out chat, Teams, channels, and apps because they are the most simplest workload. Of course, depending on organizational needs, it is possible to deploy them all at once. This is where planning is so important to addressing your organizational requirements. What about migrating from existing Skype for Business to Teams? When rolling out Teams in an organization that already uses Skype for Business, you must consider initially implementing both systems simultaneously in a coexistent state, and then eventually migrate from Skype for Business to Teams. Please note that Skype for Business Online will be retired on July 31st, 2021. After which it will no longer be accessible or supported. Let's understand what is Microsoft FastTrack. With the FastTrack program, Microsoft provides guidance for planning, deployment, and adoption, including remote access to Microsoft engineering expertise, best practices, tools, and resources for successful deployment of Microsoft Teams and other Microsoft 365 services in organizations. FastTrack for Microsoft 365 help organizations and their partners accelerate deployment and gain end-user adoption at no additional cost. When planning rollout path, you should also consider using FastTrack offers in your deployments. In the next lesson, we are going to explore Teams adoption plan. So I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care.